Hello, I'm Yip Ken from Buddhist Syntax College. Today I'm going to share some skills using Microsoft Excel. Let's get started. First, I will use this worksheet to do example. First, I would like to calculate the total score of each student. You can type some formulas in Excel. I will type the equal sign and then SUM, which represents the sum. That is, it will add all numbers in the range of cell. Double click on it, and then I will drag the range which I want to calculate, and then I click the enter button. Then the total score of this student will be calculated automatically. Also, you can copy the formulas into different cells quickly by using these fill handles. Move your cursor into the bottom right corner and then drag it down. So the formula is automatically filled in the adjacent cells. Okay, so we will next go to the average, highest, and lowest. Do it in a similar way. We type a equal sign and then AVER. Yes, we can see average here. Double click on it and then select the range. Press the tick button. For the highest, we use maximum, MAX. Okay, double click on it and then select the range. Press the tick. Lowest, we will use MIN, minimum, represents MIN, minimum. Double click on it and then select the range. After that, I want to quickly copy this formula to quiz 2 and quiz 3. So I will highlight here and then drag it to quiz 2 and quiz 3. Release it. So it's done very quickly. Besides, apart from typing the formula, we can also do the same thing in here, editing and AutoSum. You can have sum, average, max, and mean, which returns the same result. Next, I will teach useful functions in Microsoft Excel. It's called VLOOKUP. What is the function of VLOOKUP? If you want to look up for a value and returns related information and data about that value, we can use VLOOKUP. First, I want to type a name here and find this student's score, total score. For example, I'll type Fanny, and I want to know its total score. So I'll put here in this cell. I'll type equal sign and then VLOOKUP. I want to use this functions called VLOOKUP and double click on it. I'll press this FX button, which will call out a dialog window. It's about function arguments. So first argument is you need to type which value you want to look up. So I'll press this button in G2. I want to look up for this value. And then for the table array, you need to highlight which range you want to look up the value. In this case, the range is A2 to E8. And then you need to tell me the column number in the range containing the return value. I want to return the total score, so I need to count the total score is on which column. This is the first column, the second column, the third column, the fourth column, and then the total score is on the fifth column, so I'll type 5 here. For the range lookup, you need to type a true or false value here. If you type true, it represents that it is a approximate value will return the result. If you type false, that means you need to have an exact value to return the results. In this case, I'll use false because I need the exact value of Fanny. If there's any approximate value, it's not accepted. FALSE, false. Press OK. So the total score of Fanny will be found automatically. What if I change the other name, for example, Gary? Then the total score of Gary will be shown automatically. So VLOOKUP is a useful function and you may use it in many different ways. For example, I have a worksheet storing student information and I have another worksheet I want to look for student information and do further operations. So you can use VLOOKUP to get the information for a specific student. Next, I will introduce function called conditional formatting. Conditional formatting gives you the ability to apply different appearance to the cells that correspond to a specific condition or values that meet specific criteria. And it is a dynamic function, so the formatting will be automatically adjusted so as your value changes. In this case, I will select E2 to E8 and go to here, Home, Styles, Conditional Formatting. I will choose Top Bottom Rules and select Below Average. Once you have clicked, he will ask what style do you want. You can choose different style like a yellow fill with dark yellow text and then red border, or in this case I will choose a light red fill with dark red text. Press OK. So you can quickly see which students have a poor result in the performance. Their score is lower than the average. And conditional formatting can visualize the data and you can have a better look on the data. If I change any student's score, for example, I change Gary's score, and then he have higher marks. So his mark is no longer below than the average, so the red box will be disappeared, and in the VLOOKUP, his score will also be changed automatically. Next, I will turn to another worksheet which I want to introduce another functions. In this table, you can see there are some sales figures for a food store, and you can see there's 4 shops and their sales figures from January to April. First, I want to merge the first row A1 to F1, so I will select A1 to F1 and then press Merge and Center. So the cell will be merged together, and then the text is aligned to the center. And I want to introduce table. What is table? Table is you can organize and analyze related data quickly, and it is independent from other rows and columns in the worksheet. So I will select A2 to F6 and then insert table. Just press OK. In this case, I don't need the filter button because I do not need to do filter in the further operations, but I would like to have a first column because the first column is the shops and it is different from the data from in the other column. And then I will choose a table style. Style is a quick design you can apply so it suits the theme. I will choose this one, table style medium 9. And I will pick a style for this one, for this cell. Okay, I will choose cell style and then click heading. So the design of the table is consistent. It's used a blue color and the design is consistent. Yeah. This style, for changing the style in different cells and different tables, you can also change the style in, for example, in Microsoft Word, you can have different text styles. Also, you can use it in PowerPoint. So, style this function in Microsoft Office, you can use it on Word, on Excel, and use PowerPoint. And as you know, these numbers are sales figures, but I don't know if sales figures just a number. So, I will change the formatting. In Excel, you can go to here, number, and you can find a $sign here, which represents accounting number format. You can click it. And then it will give you a $sign here, a beautiful format. But in this case, I don't need 2 decimal places, so I will decrease the decimal place by pressing this button, show fewer decimal place, decrease decimal, press twice. So the decimal place disappear, and with a $sign here, and this is a format for dollars and for sales figures. And I will also, for the performance here, I will insert a spark lines. Press this button and then select the data range. Press OK, and I'll drag it down. What is the functions of sparkline? Sparkline is a tiny chart in a cell that provides a visual representation of the data. You can use sparkline to show the trends and such as a seasonal increase or decrease. In order to highlight the maximum and minimum values, sparkline enable us to create visual representations of data with just only a few clicks. So you can quickly know that the sales figure of Chunwan and Mongkok shops are increasing, while the sales figure of Kwai Hang and Wan Chai are generally decreasing. So you can have a quick look by using Sparkline. After I have doing a certain modification, and I want to change the column width so to have a better design, so I will click this select all button, and you can double click the boundary in any one of the column heading. So the Excel will help you to automatically determine the width for each cell. So today's sharing has come to the end. Thank you. Hope this exercise will be helpful to you.